If you need a reminder on how to multiply mixed numbers, or perhaps you're learning it for the first time, then you're in the right place. So let's get started. I'm going to go through some examples together. First of all, on the right here, you can see you've got some steps. We've got 3 steps that we're going to go through. First, into an improper fraction, and then the next step is to multiply, and the third step is to simplify. So let's get started. So in the first one here, to turn this into an improper fraction, first of all we need to multiply the whole number by the denominator, and then we need to add the numerator. We'll do the same on this side. We're going to multiply, and then we're going to add. So 2 times 1 gives us 2, plus the 1 is 3, so it becomes 3 over 2. We've got 4 times 1 is 4, plus the 3 gives us 7, because 7 over 4. And we still have a multiplication sign there. And next thing we need to do is step number 2, which is simply to multiply. So 3 times 7 gives us 21. And 2 times 4 gives us 8. And now we're into the third step, which is to simplify the fraction. So we're going to do here, how many 8s in 21? It goes in 2 times 16, leaving 5. So remainder is from the right 5 over 8 as our final answer. Move on to the next example. We've got 2.5 times 2 3/4. So again, we're going to turn this into an improper fraction. And when we do this, we go clockwise. So from here, in that direction. Okay, so 2 times 2 gives us 4, plus the 1 is 5, so 5 over 2. 4 times 2 is 8, plus the 3 gives us 11. 11 over 4. And now we multiply. Step number 2. 5 times 11 is 55. And then we've got 2 times 4 to give us 8. And the next step is to simplify. So basically it's how many 8s in 55, goes in 6 times. It's 48, remainder of 7, that'll be 7 over 8. And next example. Example number 3. So we're going to multiply 2 times 1, and then we're going to add that one there. So again we're going to multiply, and then we're going to add. So 2 times 1 is 2, plus the 1 is 3, 3 over 2. And then we've got 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5 over 4. And now the next step is to multiply 3 times 5 to give us 15. 2 times 4 to give us 8. And step number 3 is to simplify. So how many 8s in 15? Goes in 1 time, and it's 7 8s. Okay, our next example here. 2/5 times 1 3/8. So step number 1, we're going to change this into an improper fraction by multiplying these two and adding the numerator. So 5 times 2 is 10, plus the 1 is 11. Right, 11 over 5. And do the same to this one. We're going to multiply these two here, and then we're going to add the 3. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 3 is 11. That's 11, and keep it as an 8 for the denominator. And now we do step number 2, which is to multiply. So 11 times 11 gives us 121. And then 5 times 8 gives us 40. And simplifying that, 3 fours are 12. It's going to go in 3 times, remainder of 1, and it's 1 over 40. Okay. And move on to the next example. You might want to pause it and have a go. Okay, and let's have a look. So first thing we need to do is again change them into improper fractions. We're going to multiply, and then we're going to add. 2 times 3 gives us 6, plus the 1 is 7. 7 over 2. And we're going to have 4 times 1, 4, plus the 3, 7. That's 7 over 4. And step number 2 is to multiply. So 7 times 7 gives us 49. And 2 times 4 gives us 8. And we're into step number 3, which is to simplify the fraction. 6 8s are 48. This goes in 6 times, and remainder of 1 is 1 over 8. And we have another example. So again, first step, let's do a conversion to an improper fraction. 3 times 2 is 6, plus the 2 is 8. It's 8 over 3. I'm going to multiply that by 5 times 3 is 15, plus the 4 is 19, 19 over 5. Okay. Step number 2 is to do the multiplication. I'm just going to do it mentally here. 8 times 20 will be 160. We're going to take off 8 from that to give us 152. It's 152. And the denominator here, 3 times 5 gives us 15. And we can see that's going to go in 10 times, giving us a remainder of 2 over 15. Hope you find that useful. So see the links in the notes and find some resources to practice. Okay, goodbye.